The Asian continent has always been home to some of the world's largest economies, such as China, Japan, and India. However, several other countries in the region are experiencing significant growth, and many experts believe that they will be the next economic powerhouses of Asia. These countries are characterized by rapid economic development, favorable demographics, and a focus on innovation and technology. Vietnam. Vietnam is a country located in Southeast Asia with a population of over 97 million people. The country's economy has been growing rapidly over the last few decades, with an average GDP growth rate of around 6 to 7% per year over the last decade. One of the main drivers of Vietnam's economic growth has been its export-oriented manufacturing sector, which has benefited from a relatively cheap labor force and favorable government policies. The country has also been successful in attracting foreign direct investment in recent years, particularly from countries such as Japan, South Korea, and the United States. Vietnam has also made significant progress in poverty reduction in recent years, with the poverty rate falling from around 70 in the 1980s to around 5% in 2019. The country's rapid economic growth has helped to create jobs and increase incomes, particularly in the urban areas of the country. The Vietnamese government has also been working to improve the country's infrastructure and promote economic diversification. In recent years, the government has invested heavily in transportation infrastructure, including highways, bridges, and ports, to help facilitate trade and commerce. The government has also promoted the development of the high-tech sector, particularly in areas such as software development, artificial intelligence, and electronics manufacturing. Despite these successes, Vietnam still faces some challenges in its economic development. The country's labor force is still relatively unskilled, which could limit its ability to move up the value chain and compete with other more developed economies in the region. The country also faces environmental challenges, particularly in the areas of air and water pollution, which could impact its long-term economic growth. Overall, however, Vietnam's economy is expected to continue to grow at a relatively rapid pace in the coming years, driven by its export-oriented manufacturing sector and favorable government policies. Indonesia. Indonesia is the largest economy in Southeast Asia and the fourth most populous country in the world, with a population of over 273 million people. The country's economy has been growing at an average rate of around 5% over the last decade, driven by a combination of domestic consumption and foreign investment. Indonesia's economy is diverse, with the agricultural, mining, and manufacturing sectors contributing significantly to its GDP. The country is the world's largest producer of palm oil, a major exporter of natural gas and coal, and has a sizable manufacturing sector. The government has also been promoting the development of the tourism industry, which has the potential to become a significant driver of economic growth. In recent years, Indonesia has been successful in attracting foreign direct investment, FDI, from a variety of countries, particularly from Japan and China. The government has also been implementing economic reforms aimed at improving the business environment and attracting more foreign investment. However, Indonesia still faces some challenges in its economic development. The country's infrastructure is relatively underdeveloped, particularly in the areas of transportation and energy. The country also faces significant income inequality and poverty, particularly in the rural areas of the country. To address these challenges, the government has been investing heavily in infrastructure development, particularly in transportation and energy. The government has also been implementing social programs aimed at reducing poverty and promoting economic inclusion. Overall, Indonesia's economy is expected to continue to grow at a relatively steady pace in the coming years, driven by a combination of domestic consumption and foreign investment. The country has significant potential for further economic growth, particularly in the areas of manufacturing and tourism. Philippines. The Philippines is an archipelagic country located in Southeast Asia with a population of over 110 million people. The country's economy has been growing at an average rate of around 6% over the last decade, making it one of the fastest growing economies in the region. One of the main drivers of the Philippines' economic growth has been its services sector, particularly in areas such as business process outsourcing, tourism, and remittances from overseas Filipino workers. The country is a leading destination for business process outsourcing, with a highly skilled workforce and favorable government policies that have attracted a large number of foreign investors. Tourism has also been a significant contributor to the country's economy, with the government aiming to attract 12 million foreign visitors per year by 2022. In addition, remittances from overseas Filipino workers have been a major source of income for the country, contributing around 10% of the country's GDP. The government has been implementing policies to encourage these workers to invest their earnings back into the country, particularly in areas such as housing, education, and entrepreneurship. The Philippine government has also been promoting infrastructure development to facilitate economic growth, particularly in the areas of transportation and energy. The government's Build program aims to invest around $180 billion in infrastructure projects, including new airports, seaports, highways, and railways. Despite these successes, the Philippines still faces some challenges in its economic development. The country's agricultural sector has been relatively underdeveloped, with low productivity and limited access to financing. Income inequality and poverty also remain significant challenges in the country, particularly in the rural areas. To address these challenges, the government has been implementing policies aimed at promoting inclusive economic growth, particularly in the areas of agriculture and rural development. The government has also been implementing social programs to support the poor and vulnerable, such as the Conditional Cash Transfer Program. Overall, the Philippines' economy is expected to continue to grow at a relatively rapid pace in the coming years, driven by its services sector and infrastructure development. The government's focus on inclusive growth and poverty reduction is also expected to contribute to the country's long-term economic development. Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a densely populated country located in South Asia, with a population of over 164 million people. The country's economy has been growing at an average rate of around 6% over the last decade, making it one of the fastest growing economies in the world. One of the main drivers of Bangladesh's economic growth has been its garments and textiles industry, which accounts for around 80% of the country's exports. The industry has benefited from low labor costs and a large pool of skilled workers, making Bangladesh a highly competitive destination for global apparel manufacturers. In addition to the garments and textiles sector, the country also has a significant agriculture sector, with rice being the main staple crop. Bangladesh has also been successful in attracting foreign investment, particularly in the areas of garments and textiles, information technology, and energy. The government has been implementing policies aimed at promoting foreign investment, including establishing special economic zones, providing tax breaks, and simplifying business regulations. Despite these successes, Bangladesh still faces some challenges in its economic development. The country's infrastructure is relatively underdeveloped, particularly in the areas of transportation and energy. The country also faces significant poverty and income inequality, particularly in the rural areas. To address these challenges, the government has been investing heavily in infrastructure development, particularly in the areas of transportation and energy. The government's Vision 2021 program aims to improve the country's infrastructure and human capital, reduce poverty and income inequality, and establish Bangladesh as a middle-income country by 2021. The government has also been implementing social programs aimed at reducing poverty and promoting economic inclusion. These programs include the Food for Education program, which provides free meals to children in primary schools, and the Vulnerable Group Development Program, which provides training and support for poor and marginalized communities. Overall, Bangladesh's economy is expected to continue to grow at a relatively rapid pace in the coming years, driven by its garments and textiles, industry, and foreign investment. The government's focus on infrastructure development and poverty reduction is also expected to contribute to the country's long-term economic development. Malaysia. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country with a population of over 32 million people. The country's economy has been growing at an average rate of around 5% over the last decade, making it one of the most dynamic economies in the region. One of the main drivers of Malaysia's economic growth has been its manufacturing sector, particularly in the areas of electronics, automotive, and medical devices. The country is a major producer of semiconductor and electronic components and is home to major manufacturing operations for companies such as Intel, Dell, and Western Digital. In addition to the manufacturing sector, Malaysia also has a significant oil and gas industry, as well as a large agricultural sector, particularly in palm oil production. Malaysia has also been successful in attracting foreign investment, particularly in the areas of manufacturing and services. The government has been implementing policies aimed at promoting foreign investment, including establishing special economic zones, providing tax breaks, and improving the ease of doing business. The country has also been successful in developing its tourism industry, with the government promoting the country as a destination for both business and leisure travel. Malaysia is home to a diverse range of cultural and natural attractions, including the iconic Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur and the stunning beaches and islands in the eastern part of the country. Despite these successes, Malaysia still faces some challenges in its economic development. The country's infrastructure is relatively underdeveloped in some areas, particularly in the rural areas. The country also faces significant income inequality, particularly between the urban and rural areas. To address these challenges, the government has been investing heavily in infrastructure development, particularly in the areas of transportation and energy. The government's economic transformation program aims to improve the country's infrastructure and human capital, attract foreign investment, and establish Malaysia as a high-income country by 2020. The government has also been implementing social programs aimed at reducing poverty and promoting economic inclusion. These programs include the One Malaysia People's Aid Program, which provides financial assistance to low-income households, and the Skim Perhatian Pendidikan One Malaysia program, which provides financial support for education. Overall, Malaysia's economy is expected to continue to grow at a relatively rapid pace in the coming years, driven by its manufacturing sector, foreign investment, and tourism industry. The government's focus on infrastructure development and poverty reduction is also expected to contribute to the country's long-term economic development. Thailand. Thailand is a Southeast Asian country with a population of over 69 million people. The country's economy has been growing at an average rate of around 3 to 4% over the last decade, making it one of the most dynamic economies in the region. One of the main drivers of Thailand's economic growth has been its manufacturing sector, particularly in the areas of electronics, automotive, and food processing. The country is a major producer of automotive and electronic components and is home to major manufacturing operations for companies such as Toyota, Honda, and Samsung. In addition to the manufacturing sector, Thailand also has a significant tourism industry, as well as a large agricultural sector, particularly in rice production. Thailand has also been successful in attracting foreign investment, particularly in the areas of manufacturing, services, and tourism. The government has been implementing policies aimed at promoting foreign investment, including establishing special economic zones, providing tax breaks, and improving the ease of doing business. The country has also been successful in developing its tourism industry, with the government promoting the country as a destination for both business and leisure travel. Thailand is home to a diverse range of cultural and natural attractions, including Bangkok's Grand Palace, Chiang Mai's ancient temples, and the stunning beaches and islands in the southern part of the country. Despite these successes, Thailand still faces some challenges in its economic development. The country has been grappling with political instability and unrest in recent years, which has hindered economic growth and foreign investment. Additionally, income inequality remains a significant issue, particularly in the rural areas. To address these challenges, the government has been investing heavily in infrastructure development, particularly in the areas of transportation and energy. The government's Thailand 4.0 policy aims to transform the country's economy into a value-based and innovation-driven economy with a focus on the digital economy, innovation, and creativity. The government has also been implementing social programs aimed at reducing poverty and promoting economic inclusion. These programs include the Thay Niom Yang Yuan program, which aims to develop the grassroots economy in rural areas, and the Prasharat program, which aims to enhance collaboration between the government, private sector, and civil society. Overall, Thailand's economy is expected to continue to grow at a relatively moderate pace in the coming years, driven by its manufacturing sector, foreign investment, and tourism industry. The government's focus on infrastructure development and economic transformation is also expected to contribute to the country's long-term economic development. Conclusion. In conclusion, these countries are characterized by rapid economic development, favorable demographics, and a focus on innovation and technology. As these economies continue to grow, they will likely play an increasingly important role in shaping the economic landscape of the region and the world. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.